What is going on out there, peeps? All right, it's that time of the year. It's election time. And already this morning, as soon as you look at the stock market and what's going on, that's usually, not always, usually some indication about the way the markets feel about this election. And it responds accordingly. You'll see what I'm talking about. So here you go, you guys. If you're thinking about buying precious metals, and you should have done it when it was lower, because guess what? Yep, it's on the move. Give our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange a consideration. The link is in the description. If you are a first-time buyer, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, if you spend more than $100 on precious metals, and they will give you a free half ounce of silver. You guys know I'm not on Facebook. Maybe I'll be off of political prison tomorrow. We'll see, but you can join me over here on Twitter. Here we go. The market is up 600 points this morning. Cryptocurrencies going up. Gold, silver, gold back up above $1,900. Silver back up above $24. All right. Now, again, we're still kind of in that window of being horizontal. But usually what happens is this is an indication of the way the markets feel about the election. Remember, Trump is a pro-jobs president, where Biden is a socialist. So the markets are responding to early votes and early polling. Despite what the media tells you, Trump is way ahead in all these swing states. Well, I won't say way ahead of all of them, but ahead in some. But here's the thing. Remember, in order for Biden to win in early voting, he must have a 2-to-1 ratio, Democrats to Republicans, in the early voting in order for him to win. Because you see, it's Democrats, the majority of them, over 60% of them, do mail-in voting or early voting. So they've already, the vast majority of Democrats have already went in to vote, leaving something like 25 or 27% of them to go do it in person. That means that Biden would need a 2-to-1 margin in order for him to win. It's not. Trump's either ahead in some of these states, or he is even with Biden or slightly behind. Keep in mind, another 64, 68% of Republicans vote today. This would give Trump the largest landslide victory ever. And I think that what you're seeing is the markets are already responding to the pro-job president. All right? Right here, look at this. Dow Jones jumps 400 points as Biden lead narrows. That shouldn't be a surprise. Trump is the pro-job president. Now, tech companies, if I was them, I'd probably be a little worried. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 showed gains in the afternoon. Trading hours on Monday, but we're well off session's high. So that was as of yesterday. As you can see today, it is up almost 600 points. So we will keep an eye on this. If anything should change or really crazy, like we got another 5 hours in the on the market as more quarterly numbers are being reported in. There's a lot of positivity. The reason why I was saying, they have to be tech companies, especially social media platform companies, are going to be doing anything and everything they can to help twist or rig this election. They know that if Trump gets in office, one of his goals are to break up these social media platforms and strip them of the 230, which protects them from liability, which I think it's more than time for that to happen. so that they can't keep rigging systems and you know getting away with censoring like they do. So we're going to keep an eye on that. It's definitely very interesting. Again, I woke up this morning, I was watching the market. I was like, yeah, there you go. That's one of the biggest indicators is where the market is. Now, again, gold and silver, they're not up like a whole bunch, but the fact that they're heading in a positive direction looks good. The vast majority of cryptocurrencies are heading in a positive direction. That's good. The Dow Jones jumped yesterday 400 points, and it's already up almost 600 points today. Uh, China's stock market is starting to take off too. We'll see what all this means. I think China is excited at the idea of a Biden win. And the reason for that is, remember, under the Obama administration, they put on so many regulations and signed trade agreements that shipped most of our jobs over to China. I think China is convinced that with their effort that they think Biden is going to win, and that, again, he would ship our jobs over to China. So their stock market is responding according to what they believe or who they believe is going to win. So they are counting on Biden. The United States is counting on Trump. We will see where this takes us. Okay? So nonetheless, I just wanted to bring this to your attention again real quick. First thing in the morning, we are up. Sometimes that's a pretty good indicator. Let's see real quick anything else in here that I could point to. Fast mover 11 elections taking point on Bitcoin as Trump's futures point to a loss. No, I don't think so. So yeah, that's the other thing we were talking about yesterday. Bitcoin advocates Jack Dorsey stay on as Twitter CEO. No, I think he knows his days are numbered. I think he knows he tried to interfere in an election. He's one of many, and that he has got a target on his back, as well as Mark Zuckerberg and the Google CEO. As a matter of fact, we know that the Google CEO sold the vast majority of his shares that he holds. Coming away with several $100 million. Jack Dorsey will retain his position as chief executive officer at social media giant Twitter. So there was a person who was a Republican supporter who was tired of what Jack Dorsey was doing and bought a very large amount of shares, and his making an effort to have Jack Dorsey removed as CEO because he didn't like all the censoring of conservatives. So obviously it looks like at the moment, it says a committee formed earlier this year to review Twitter's leadership has concluded that the current management structure with Dorsey at the helm is sufficient. I like how they put that, sufficient. Not good, not great, just sufficient. The board will continue to evaluate company and management performance according to a range of factors, including the company's operating plan and established milestones, the filing said, while expressing confidence in the existing leadership. So we'll know. This election is going to tell everybody a whole lot about the direction, not only of where this country is going into, but these companies, the 6 corporations that own all of our media, including print, internet, networks, 6 companies, they need to be broken up. And these social media platforms that are manipulating and doing censorship as well as campaign interference. Election interference. So we'll see. We're definitely keeping an eye on what's going on at the moment. We'll see what comes out of this. But again, I saw that the markets did jump up a little bit last night, and then again today. So this looks good so far. We'll keep an eye as the day goes on. I find it hard to believe that the stock market is going to be upset if Trump wins. If anything, it'll be more positive than anything else. All right, you guys, that's it for now. I just wanted to share that with you. And you got to admit, these bars, these are some really nice looking bars. You want to own like 1 or 2 of these bad boys. Have that sitting in your safe. They have that nice finished look to them. All right, you guys. Anyways, let me know what you think of the video. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I think this is going to be a big year for precious metals. Let me know what you think.